on to talk about my first live sale, which actually happened last night. It was pretty interesting. So first of all, a ton of people from my group got on, which was amazing. And I have grown my group organically so far, which means I've only been adding people if they want to be there, and I've only been asking my members to add people that they know actually love LuLaRoe and want to be there. So I only have about 105 people in my group. So it's relatively small, but at the same time, I didn't want to have thousands and thousands of people that don't know me and don't know my why and don't understand what I'm doing. So I've been growing organically so far. I would like to grow my members, but at the same time, I'm not in a rush to just go out and get thousands and thousands of members. So with that being said, I had over 120 views on my live video, and I think that's because people did come back in several times. Had some people, obviously they were doing things, they had other things going on, so coming back in, I'm assuming that counted as another view. So lots of comments. I think it was like over 80 something comments, and the live feed was about an hour. And in general, I felt pretty comfortable on camera. There are some things that I will definitely change for next time because I realized, oh my goodness, I should have done X, Y, and Z. So some of the things that were mistakes I made that obviously I want you to not make are not having a list of the prices, because on the spot, even though you think you know how much something costs, you will second guess yourself. And I did multiple times, even though I've bought just about every item that I was selling on the live sale. I just had little like blanks, and luckily I had my best friend here, and I would just be like, oh my gosh, how much is this? So I would ask her and she would check the price and, you know, tell me. It was fine. Everyone was understanding. They knew this was my first live sale. Like, everyone knew that it was the first time. So that was a little crazy. So definitely one thing you want to do is make sure you have a list of the prices. In fact, I did another live sale tonight for more practice on Periscope, and I had like literally 2 or 3 people on there, and that was fine. I just wanted the practice of getting up and talking in front of people and, you know, seeing some comments. I had a few comments, so I got to answer some questions live, and it was great. It was great for experience. So I wasn't expecting to sell anything tonight, and that is absolutely fine. So if you were just starting out, start your Periscope early. I could not figure it out at first, and even watching some of the tutorial videos on how to do Periscope, I still didn't really understand what I was doing. So I finally got in the hang of starting the video and stopping the video, and that's about all I can handle at this point. So getting a little better though, it's good. So anyway, definitely if you're starting out and want to do live sales, Periscope is a great way to practice, just to kind of get used to it, because of course after 24 hours you can have your video disappear. So if it's not something that you want to be out there forever, or something that you want people to see over and over again, you know, it's easy for it to go away, so you can at least practice. So that's kind of what I counted tonight as like a practice round. And I'll probably delete the video and do another live one tomorrow. Like, let's be honest, I'm probably gonna do the same thing just to get the experience. So it's really helpful to practice. You can always practice just by filming yourself not live and just watching it back. That's another thing I wish I had done. I did not, but I just kind of threw myself in to kind of explain why I did a live sale. So the inventory that you're seeing right here is actually my second shipment. My first shipment, my actual initial inventory, will not arrive until early next week. So I was onboarded on October 13th. That's a Thursday. My shipment, of course, you know, not my shipment, but my initial inventory order was placed right then. And the next day I was like, all right, I need to order something else. So I went ahead and placed this lovely order. I got me some Julia, some Sarah, some classic tees, some one size leggings. I think that's it. But anyway, so I got a couple of items obviously, and it shipped before the other one, and it got here yesterday. And I knew it was gonna get here, so I did tell people in my group, hey, I'm gonna do a live sale, I'm gonna do a live sale. So I got them all ready for it, and I said 7:30 because I figured surely to goodness it'll be here by then. And it was raining all yesterday, so of course I was super nervous that everything was gonna get wet if I wasn't home. And I do work from a home office, so I am normally home. And of course, since yesterday was the day I was getting a package, I wanted to be home. But I never heard the guy drop the package off. Like, I was checking again the status, and all of a sudden it's 4:30, and it's like, package delivered at 4:02. I'm like, seriously? So I go and get it and drag it inside, all 30 pounds of it, start tearing through everything, counting everything. And that's one thing that you definitely need to do, is count everything. You'll be so excited that you'll just be like, woohoo, all my stuff's here. I was second guessing myself. I started looking through stuff, and I was like, maybe I didn't order XL Sarah's. But no, they were on the list of, like, they actually send you a form. I have it in here somewhere. I filed it away, that's why. But anyway, they send you a form that has everything you ordered so that you can actually check and make sure it all came in. And I was missing my 2 XL Sarah's, and I was actually missing an Anna, which I ordered for myself. But anyway, so I was missing that. So, you know, you definitely want to make sure, just because, especially with that initial inventory, that big order, it's going to be not fun to count all those things, but you need to. So that's another thing, word of advice. Glad I did that. Because if I hadn't and I told all the stuff, I would have been like, whoa, what did I start with? So another good thing. So yeah, when I got all that stuff, I really wish I'd taken a little more time to go through everything a little more thoroughly and just make sure I knew how I was going to explain things, because I did have a tough time describing patterns. Like, this was actually in that order. And I had a hard time describing things, especially colors. I mean, looking at these 2 grays on these Julias, I mean, that's gray and gray to me. Well, obviously this is more of a purple gray, and this is more of a dark gray with some blue to it, but it's it was hard, like, on the spot. So you definitely want to go through your inventory and make sure if there's something kind of, I don't know how I would say this, I would probably take a picture of it and send it to your sponsor and say, hey, how do I describe this? Because they were in your shoes at one point too. They were having trouble, unless they were like fashion gurus from the start, which no, I'm not. So I've always loved fashion, but describing things, not my forte, so I'm working on it. I think I'm getting better, and I do think that the live feed that I did earlier on Periscope helped. But, you know, just looking at all the different colors and just being able to describe the prints and the texture, just the way things feel, something you definitely want to do. Really important. Another tip is to explain how they can style things. At first, I was just like, here's a Julia. Yep, this is 2XL. It's really pretty. It's really soft. Here's the stuff, you know. And that's great. Like, they want to see it. They want to see you touching it. They want to see you interacting with the fabric. But at the same time, when you have a lot of girls who've never tried on a Julia and they hear form-fitted dress, especially when they're maybe plus size, maybe not as confident in something that's more fitted, they want to know how they're going to wear that. So, you know, I did have to later go back and say, okay, you know, a Julia, there's lots of different ways you can wear this. You can wear it with a Cassie skirt, you can knot it, you can do all kinds of stuff. So kind of breaking down those barriers, really important. And I think if I had done that, maybe the first live sale, I think it might have been a little better, just to kind of explain it. And know your customer base. That was another issue I had. I did have some seasoned LuLaRoe girls on there. I had some girls that knew what they were doing, and the moment something came up they wanted, sold, number, done. Like, they knew what they were getting. But then I had newbies that, you know, they're, I'm gonna ponder it, I really like the fabric, and then it's gone. So, you know, it's one of those things where if people are really new, it's gonna take them a little while to understand the culture and just how everything works, and, you know, understanding that you can't just order a certain print in that style. It's just not how it works. So that can be a little challenging to get through that barrier. And I did make a video for my newbies in my group, just to kind of give them an overview of what LuLaRoe is and how shopping typically works with different consultants and different styles of shopping, just to give them an overview, because I had so many questions on, how do I shop your stuff? What? How are you doing? You know, so it's confusing. It's a lot. And I remember the first time I heard of LuLaRoe, my best friend, who was actually here helping me last night with my live sale, telling me the prices, invited me to a party with Joelle Day, who is actually way up on my upline. She's awesome. But invited me to this party, and I was just like, what is this? It's online. It's clothes. I'm going to buy clothes online. I'm a plus size girl. I don't know about that. And then, you know, she's sending me all these size charts. I'm like, what is this? So I had to do all kinds of research, and then I was like, I'm only going to order like one thing. And then, of course, the next party I ordered like 5 more things. So the addiction grew, and here I am today. So, so just kind of thinking back when you first heard of LuLaRoe and kind of what your questions were as a customer, that's going to help you with your live videos. And I know for me, I wish I'd had a little more time before starting the live video to just kind of reflect on that and think, what is a brand new customer gonna want to know? That would have been really nice for me to think of. So that's something that in the future, before I show anything at all, I'm gonna think, okay, what are some things they need to know? For example, Sarah's, I didn't have this, like the size charts in my group because I hadn't featured this yet, because I thought I was gonna get this later on, and you know, I'm slowly building the inventory in this because, hello, fall, beautiful, gorgeous, really soft, really comfortable. So I couldn't really even describe the sizes. I could try it on myself and say, all right, well, I'm like a 16, 18, this large, a little snug on my arms. I'd probably get an XL if you're my size. If you're like a 12, 14, this large probably feel great. So, you know, I kind of had to do it that way. So size charts, another must. I will probably in future videos have like a binder here with all the sizes in it so that I can literally, if somebody has that question, boom, I can point to it and say, yeah, this actually runs a little big. You could probably wear this size, just to kind of have that extra touch so that they know what's going to work for them. And it shows that you actually care. Like I really do care, because I don't want someone to get something and not be happy about it. And that brings me to another point. Right now, of course, TC leggings, in, out, they're in, they're out. We don't know when we're getting them, that kind of thing. So since they've been out of stock so much lately, I did want to get some of the one size just to kind of see, all right, am I going to sell these? Like what's going to happen? So I only got 6 packs, so 12 total. And last night in my live sale, well, last night I only sold 3. But with the replay, I sold 3 more. So I sold half of the leggings that I had. So that was really cool. Now one thing is though, a lot of people don't know what size they need. So I did tell them, you know, if for some reason these are too small and you try them on, you're like, this is not going to work, I will definitely give you store credit. If you want to send them back, you can get another pair in your size or something else, whatever you want. So definitely show that you have customer service, and that, you know, that's going to make them trust you and make them want to come back. Just knowing that, you know, oh, this is my first time trying LuLaRoe. And this kind of goes back to something that one of my uplines is talking about today. Actually, this morning she did a live video about it. And the culture of LuLaRoe is to support women, is to support each other. So we are so different from other other direct sell companies, because we're not in direct competition really. So, I mean, I'm also a Chloe and Isabel merchandiser, and we have a sisterhood too. I mean, it's a great family, but I will say there's, you know, there's competition, because we're all literally selling the same product from the same website. So we do have our own customers and we cling on to them. We don't want to just share them. So with LuLaRoe, it's obviously different because we're all carrying different inventory. We all have our different collections. You know, everyone's going to vary on what sizes they carry more of, or what materials, or what patterns they have. So it's going to be really different. So I think that is an advantage we have, being in a clothing market like this. It's amazing. It's amazing. It creates so much supply and demand for us, and it's just really, really cool. So, but with that being said, from her conversation this morning, I was thinking more about that. And, you know, if you have customers that live farther away from you, so for me, I'm located in northern Alabama. One of my customers is in Mississippi. One of them is in Florida. And even though I see these girls about twice a year, I mean, I'm not going to see them again until like February. So I can't, you know, just, oh, I'm going to drive on down and see you and bring all my stuff. I mean, I could, but it would be really difficult. And it's not like they're just going to take a trip up here to see me. So instead of doing that or trying to keep them to myself, I'm definitely sharing them with other consultants. So I'm actually trying to find other consultants that want to work with them and actually let them come in for a personal shopping experience. So, you know, doing that extra level of just support is really important. Because these girls were both brand new to LuLaRoe. They'd heard of the leggings. They wanted to try the leggings. Never had tried the leggings. So they both got leggings, and my Mississippi gal got a couple more things too. So I'm excited for her to try even more things. But if something doesn't work out, I want her to feel like, okay, I have options. And just knowing her size, I think that's going to make her feel more confident if she gets to go in for a personal shopping experience and try things on, gets to touch the clothes. She'll know what she likes, so that in the future when she's shopping with me and other consultants, she's going to know, and she won't be, you know, confused the whole time. Because I know, I think she had trouble enjoying it. She couldn't just enjoy it. So definitely know who your customers are in the group, whether it's kind of checking in beforehand. I wish I'd done a check-in post where it's like, check in, let me know, like, have you ever shopped LuLaRoe before? That kind of thing. That would have helped me just to kind of gauge where they're at. So that would be definitely a suggestion for you guys to do too. And then another thing I wish I had done is I was using my camera, which I think a lot of people do this, where it is facing you. If you're using your phone, maybe even your iPad, it's facing you so that you can see yourself, make sure everything is in the window and all that stuff. So I was doing that, and because of that, whenever I was showing the claim numbers, they were backwards, and right now they're not. You see how they're not backwards, right? They shouldn't be. So they should be backwards now. But the reason they're backwards, obviously, is because I had the camera flipped around. So now what I've decided to do is utilize my floor length mirror. So I actually have my mirror behind my camera, my phone, so that my mirror can basically catch what I need to see. So if I wanted to hold this up and, you know, I can actually tell if you're seeing it or not. So that's what I did. So it's a lot better. And then you get a better picture quality from the camera on the front of your phone than the selfie camera. So it's better. So if you do have a floor length mirror, especially if it stands on its own, you can do that. Another option would be to have your laptop maybe below, sitting down a little bit below from where your phone is recording you, and having the live feed there so that you can see it. It's gonna lag a little bit, but you can actually see it. Of course, I would turn the sound off because you don't want to hear yourself twice and all that echo. But that would be another way to kind of make sure you're in the frame and they're seeing everything directly on and not having to read the numbers backwards. There are a couple of times where I'd be like, number 2 sold, and then, was that 2 or 20? I can't tell. I'm going, you know, so it makes it a little easier if they see it directly on. So that's another great tip that I have for you all. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Numbers. So if you are going to use the number system like this, first of all, let me pull this down. When you start out, do not have these on the hanger. I did this earlier on my live sale for Periscope. I had them on here and I just flipped them around. Well, half the time I would pull the thing out and it would do this. So the reason you don't want to do that is before you get to show how beautiful the item is, you don't want somebody claiming it. Like, if this is, you know, it's just one of those things. You just want to make sure that they really know what it is and they get the full scope of it so that they don't claim it and then see that it's not exactly what they wanted and be like, oh, never mind, I didn't want that. And you don't have people jumping the gun. So you can have a bowl or whatever you want to have to put everything in, and you want these mixed up. You don't want them in order, because then again, same problem. If I just pulled 17 and all of a sudden I'm pulling another one, I've been going in order, they're going to know this is 18. So have them jumbled. And we had jumbled up some before because I thought about that, but not enough of them. So halfway during the video, you heard me doing this. Did you hear that? Isn't that lovely? Yeah, this crinkling noise for me getting more out of the bag. Not a fun noise. So definitely plan ahead. Don't do that. I'm just gonna put it right back up here. Wonderful. So that's another thing, is you want to have everything ready to go, and your price list, you want it in view. I actually have a little lamp over here, and I just clipped it with a clothespin onto the lampshade so that I can see the prices really quickly. So if I'm like holding it up close and you can't see where my eyes are going, I can just glance over and be like, Julia, it's 2XL, it's $45, you know. It just kind of helps to see things right there. And you know, it's okay to have cheat sheets. It's okay. This is not a college test, guys. So if you need a little cheat sheet to get yourself going, do it. And even if you need maybe a reminder to smile on camera just to kind of show that you are excited. I know I've heard of people watching other live videos, not necessarily LuLaRoe consultants, but just in general live videos where people are very monotonous and just kind of not fun to watch. So, you know, be yourself, but drive up your energy. Just be very energized, be excited, because these are all your customers and they want to see you. They're so excited to see you. They're so excited to see all the pretty things you have. So really important. Another good tip, if you have an awesome dress form, dress her. Don't do what I did, where I just did the Periscope live video and I had her wearing the things I was trying to show, so I had to undress her, and that was not fun on live video. So don't do that. That was entertaining. But you know, dress her in something. Maybe something from your personal collection if it's not something you're planning on selling, or if it's like your outfit of the day or outfit of the week. If you do something like that, you can always dress her and then put up a little, I don't know, a little sign that says how much the whole outfit is. So if it's not part of the actual live sale. So I think that's kind of a good little tip, just to have her dressed and not just a naked dress form, guys. That's boring. All right. Another thing, when you're doing a live sale, if you want to give them a sneak preview, you can have these in the background. If not, you definitely do want one of your movable racks near you, or however you have your room set up. If you have your room with racks on the wall, which you can see that up there, we're working on that right now, but you want these where you can reach them at the very least. So even if they're not going to be in the frame, you want them near you. You don't want to be walking out of the frame to get things. I had to do that a few times, but in general, you don't want to leave the frame. You don't want to leave your customers. That would be like leaving your customer in a room by themselves. It's sad. Don't do that. So definitely, you know, have these near enough where you can grab them. And if you're just recording a video like this, have them nearby, especially if your room is dirty and disgusting. This rack can block all the things. So strategy, right? But yeah, having your clothing, letting them see that, hey, you know, I'm not just a catalog person. I've got all these beautiful clothes in my home that I'm selling. It really helps to let them see everything. So I think that's wonderful. Your lighting is important. I do have the umbrella lights. You'll see I have her backlit with a smaller light. I have an umbrella light back here. Can you see it? There you go. I have that one. I have one up here shining down. And my favorite light, which I think I've maybe shown before, not entirely sure, but it's a ring light that clips onto your phone or your iPad. I think it would fit on your laptop too. So it's amazing. It's maybe, it was either $8 to $12 on Amazon. It really was not that expensive, and it just goes on like AAA batteries. I think 2 of them. But really easy, and it has 3 different settings, so I can make it a little bit lighter or, you know, not as bright. You get used to it. The first time you turn it on, it's gonna blind you. True story. But it's great because it really does just kind of focus in on your face. And your face is gorgeous, so show it off. So getting one of those I think is wonderful, especially if you're just gonna do a quick video. If you wanna do like a live video and not have to get out all the lights, and you just want to announce a giveaway winner, or you wanna say, hey, I'm gonna have a live sale tonight, join in, and you just wanna do something quick, this ring light's amazing. It almost it really does brighten you up to the point that it looks like you're outside. So it's pretty great. So that's something I would invest in because it's easy. You just click it on, you're good to go. So easy to. Trying to think if there's anything else from the live sale. It does help to have someone helping you, especially with my new setup where I'm gonna have this mirror. I would probably still use the mirror and maybe even have my laptop where I can get to it. Just for the questions that come in, the comments and the questions, because it was hard even with it facing me to catch all the comments because they were moving so fast. So having someone say, oh, there's a question, and telling you what the question was, or if they're versed enough, they can answer the question. Like Erica has known about LuLaRoe longer than me, so she knows just as much as I do. So my best friend was over there answering questions for me without any problem. And a lot of your customers that are more, you know, versed in LuLaRoe, they'll help you out. They will answer questions as they see them because they know that you're trying to show things and do things. So it's helpful. But if you do catch a question, definitely address it right then and say, oh yeah, let me answer that question for you. And if you don't know the answer, don't make something up. Do not make something up. There was a time where somebody was asking me how much something was, and I was just like, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Let me find that out for you. And Erica looks it up, and you know, it happens. We're human, and I did say, I'm really sorry. This is my first live sale, guys. I really should have planned ahead. And later, I did post a graphic with the prices. That's another thing that would be really nice to do, is to make a graphic ahead of time with all the prices for all the items for your live sale and post it so that there's not questions. I mean, you can obviously say every time you show a Julia, this is a Julia, it's $45. But if you wanted, you could even put it, you know, put a sign behind you or beside you, or however you want to do it. It's just going to make things a lot easier. So that's another tip, is, you know, have your prices available to your customers. Let them know, especially if you're a new consultant. That's probably my biggest fail, because I think people were turned off not knowing how much things were. So, so I definitely worked on that today with my Periscope live video. So I got a lot better, but that's something you want to work on. And then wear your product. Please wear your product. So you don't want to be wearing like t-shirts and t-shirt and jeans, or, you know, something that's not LuLaRoe, obviously. And I'm not saying you have to wear LuLaRoe every single day. I mean, yes, it helps you obviously because you want to sell the product, but maybe you're new like me and you only have 8 or 9 pieces. That's actually a good bit. But, you know, you only have so many pieces. And then, of course, we want to hang them to dry because we don't want to cry about it. So it takes a little while between washes to wear them again. So with that being said, you know, it can be a little difficult. And you're just on video. So, like, if you did wear it 3 or 4 days ago and you weren't on video, pull a sucker out and put it on. As long as it looks nice, not wrinkly, wear it. So anyway, but as you get your inventory in, you'll find things that you like, and it's okay to occasionally reward yourself and give yourself, you know, gift yourself an item. So like this shirt, I loved it. It's beautiful. And I was like, I'm keeping this. You'll notice it was a duplicate. So for me, I felt like that was a win-win, so I can still sell one. But it's totally my colors. Pink's not really my color, but I really like all the other colors and it's complementary, so I went with it. So if you are wearing, I would say probably don't wear leggings. Just like if you're gonna wear some other top that's not LuLaRoe, people aren't gonna see your legs. They're not gonna know that you're wearing LuLaRoe leggings. So definitely a top, a dress, something that is LuLaRoe up here where they're seeing you. Really important. So do that, because that's going to help show that you love it, you wear it, you know, it's going to help you kind of show it off and show how it fits. So that's really important to you. So, but I will probably think of some more tips later, and if I do, I will add them in at some point. But I just wanted to give you guys this recap on some things I wish I had known last night for my first live sale. So, but I hope you're all having a wonderful day, and if you have any questions or anything at all, you know, let me know. My upline is wonderful, so if you need me to connect you with someone else who's been around longer, I can always do that too. I'll have my links below if you're, you know, considering LuLaRoe and you want to learn more or ask me about my experience. I can always share that with you. I have my email address down there, my Instagram, my Periscope handle, and then of course my Facebook group. So, but I hope you're having a great day. Bye.